8th
Today we're going
grade,
to be
there was this
reacting
couple at my
to Annoying Couples at School by RAODYlol.
school that would constantly get on my nerves. Every day after lunch, they would congregate in the. When I was in 8th grade, there was this couple at my school that would constantly get on my nerves. Every day after lunch, they would congregate in the middle of the hallway to hang out, and that was annoying enough. But on top of that, they had a group of about 15 cronies that would surround them and provide them moral support. I was like, how are you going to be a yes man when you're 13? To another 13-year-old, to the people standing around the couple providing them support, you've literally chosen to be a side character in your own life. And it's like, I would be fine if this happened one day. I'd be fine if this happened even twice. But this would happen literally every single day as I was trying to get to class after lunch. That hallway was looking like a diabetic artery every single day. Like, please move. I'm trying to get to class. Like, I'm not trying to hate on y'all's relationship, but I got places to be. Clearly, they were doing all of that just for the attention. Otherwise, why would they stand in the middle of the hallway? And it worked. I mean, even the teachers would be like, oh, look at them, so cute. As I'm trying to squeeze my way through this homunculus crowd that they had formed in the middle of the hallway. To be honest, I didn't even hate the guy, really. I always thought he was a pretty chill dude, and we got along pretty well.
Was helpless from his gaze.
But he was basically doing what you didn't like, so I don't think he was that chill, was he? He was young and
His girl was... She was something else. She was a self-proclaimed popular girl, if that term even means anything anymore. She was the type to be making really awful jokes and laughing amongst herself and her friends while she was presenting in class. Like, I remember one time in my social studies class in 6th grade, she made this joke about how she was 5 feet 12 inches tall, and she started crying laughing to the entire class. Everyone was silent. I still remember it. But she and her friends just thought it was the funniest thing in the world. You've probably ran into this archetype of girl at least once in your life. They're kind of unavoidable. No matter how hard you try to block them from your piece, textbook attention-hungry, annoying bitches. They come in all shapes and sizes. They come in all ages, but they're out there, and they're coming for you. Anyways, one day I finished lunch, and I started...
They're not coming for us. They're coming after us to destroy us.
Getting to class, and...
Or to defame us and shame us publicly, or just denounce us as people.
The hallways were surprisingly empty. I was like, oh, this is nice. But as I head to class, I see the girl being consoled by a teacher with her...
Now that is weird. That is the weird part. Yeah, I know they do that. That's super awkward and really odd. Like, why do they do that shit? Weird off. Like,
cronies around her. I was like, oh snap, something horrible must have happened. Based off the way she was crying and based off the fact that a teacher was hugging her, I assumed that, like, a tragedy had happened in her family or she fell and got injured really badly. I was like, oh snap, like, hopefully she's okay. But then I hear her say, I loved him. Why did he leave me? And I was like, oh, okay, she got dumped. And I'm not here to make fun of anyone's breakup, but I was kind of mad that this entire situation became, like, grade-wide news. Like, even teachers were talking about how they broke up. I'm like, don't you have taxes to file or something? Like, what? When I got to class, the guy was already in there, which almost never happened. He always came in right before the bell because he was always hanging out with his girlfriend in the middle of the hallway. But he was in there that day, and I'm not gonna lie, this was kind of a dick move, but, you know, I'm an asshole, so I had to do it. I went up to him and I was like, someone's in class early, and he was like, bro, you're such a dick. Yeah, I was proud of that one. But as annoying as that couple was, there was another type of couple in school that would really get under my skin because it affected people close to me. Now, if you don't have a friend who can relate to this story, consider yourself lucky. But if you do have a friend who can relate to this, you know my pain. You see, I had this friend throughout my childhood. We'll call him Eugene because he deserves to be called Eugene. Anyways, Eugene was a good kid. He played sports. He was a good student. He would hang out with the fellas. For all intents and purposes, he was one of the boys. But then high school came around, and in 10th grade, Eugene got a girlfriend. Now, I'm usually happy for my friends whenever they...
Well, you know, you gotta move on, right? I mean, his girlfriend is his priority at this point, no? make sure that your girl is happy. But yeah, hopefully you're happy for him. But let's see what he has to say.
Get into relationships because I like to see them thrive in all areas of their life.
Yeah,
and at first,
true.
I was very happy for Eugene, but something strange started to happen to Eugene. And at first, I couldn't really decipher it because it happened slowly over time. Over time, he started to become more timid, less confident. He started to stop saying anything controversial or potentially offensive. He really just stopped
Maybe he just wasn't who you thought he was. Well, let's see what he has to say.
standing up for himself or having any sort of original personality. I was like, what happened to my boy?
So he became his girlfriend, basically. You're trying to say, but if he left her, then he wouldn't be the same. Hopefully he doesn't do that at the point that he has another girlfriend. Yeah, as your friend, man. I don't know what kind of person you get in with friends with. Your friends might be deceiving, you know? It might not be the person you thought they were, and they might just be weird people that aren't the same as you are.
And then the day came that I finally met his girlfriend, and
Shit,
everything
here
immediately snapped into place. Eugene's girlfriend was this super annoying left leaning girl that was kind of hypocritical also because she would never stand on any of her own values. Like, she claimed to be this gay rights activist, but also ate at Chick-fil-A daily. I guess she kind of made her boyfriend gay, so that kind of counts. And I feel a little bad for doing
Wow, that is crazy to say, but yeah, I get what you mean, man.
my boy Eugene dirty, but he was getting dog walked by this girl. Like, bro, have some respect. She straight up wore him down over time until he was fully submissive. And I'm not gonna lie, the toxic side of me.
Why would you want to be near someone like that, or in general, him with her and you with him? And just cut them off, man. Like, yeah, I mean, saying that is kind of weird, but I guess you gotta express yourself for content, and content is good to make because you gotta get views, you know? Yeah, stories, life stories are good to share. Keep going.
Kind of respects her. Like, you want a masterclass on how to control your part? She straight up wore him down over time until he was fully submissive. And I'm not gonna lie, the toxic side of me kind of respects her. Like, you want a masterclass on how to control.
So you're toxic, you're saying. Let's see how toxic you really are. Oh, that charger is burning. Okay, I gotta switch the position of that thing. I gotta switch that over there. Because that thing is too hot. The radiator is burning my chargers. In a second, I'll go back to it.
Your partner, take notes from this girl. But
Yeah, I
she
know.
really changed my boy Eugene, and that makes me sad. But you know, I feel like in every friend group that lasts throughout a childhood, this is bound to happen to at least one of the members. Another thing that's bound to happen at least once during your schooling is getting.
Generation of quality from Tacomo is here. Optimized for forgiveness, reimagined for precision, and designed ideally for fewer squares on your scorecards. All performance, all quality.
Another thing that's bound to happen at least once during your schooling is getting involved in a love triangle, and usually this is pretty annoying. I've told this story before, but I think it's worth mentioning again. When I was in 9th grade, there was these two girls that were best friends, and they both had a crush on me, and I would hang out with both of them at the same time, and as soon as one of them left, the other one would immediately start talking trash about her supposed best friend right behind her back, and I got super weirded out and eventually stopped talking to both of them. But it was super weird because theoretically this would be like a dream sitcom scenario. But in actuality, all it really did was expose me to the harsh reality of how shallow some girls' friendships are.
They're shallow because you want a threesome, but hey, I mean, yeah, they're shallow too. But, you know, it's not about being shallow, it's about wanting the same man. And, they're gonna lie to each other to get them, you know? It is what it is. How is that shallow? Moving on.
fun situation was kind of responsible for me getting recruited into the Hoodville City Boy Army. Have you ever been in an incest friend group? These are kind of common in college, but I've definitely
That's
seen
weird.
them in
Yeah.
school as well. If you didn't know, an incest friend group is basically a kind of large friend group that has both guys and girls, and over time, everyone kind of ends up dating each other within the friend group. In some ways, it makes sense because you're in such close proximity to everyone within the friend group, so you'll eventually make your way around all the women in the friend group. But to me, it comes off as super unnatural. Like, I don't think I could ever date
That's true. That's really weird.
any of my friends' exes. Like, that's really strange behavior.
Okay, that's not strange. I mean, it depends on the friend. I mean, if she's a better person with you, I don't see why not. I mean, maybe you're more friendly with his ex than with him, you know?
Like a couple months ago, I had a friend who got out of a really passionate relationship, and he and his ex were both super heartbroken, and they were both coping and taking it really badly. But then a couple months later, she ends up getting with one of his best friends, and I'm like, bro, that's insane behavior. She was like,
It's crazy, but it's not that crazy. It's not like it's literal incest, and even that's pretty weird. But I mean, an incest friend group, it's not that bad because you're not actually related. You know?
he just helped me get through the breakup. He was always there for me emotionally whenever I
And
needed
that's the most annoying part, though. You're right.
him. I'm like, bro, that's insane behavior. That is not your friend. He was definitely plotting the entire time.
Exactly. You're right about that. 100%.
Let me know any
That's how they are.
insane relationship stories you've had or heard of when you were in school in the comments. I'm really interested to hear what you have to say. Also, please follow me on Instagram. It's linked in the description, and you're gonna really want to see the posts that I have there.
Mezcla y combina felizmente con Gain.
Types of girls you meet in college. Let's go. Number one,
I'm surprised people actually want to go out with this guy. I mean, he looks kind of mid. To be honest, I mean, mid is in, I guess, in Gen Z. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, I'm scuffed, but I'm definitely like decent looking. But this guy is like, I don't know. Just looking at him, I'm like, he looks like a deli owner. Yeah. No offense to him. I mean, he looks decent with his hair. Probably the best he can look, but considering his lips kind of look funny, like mine. Like his look better, but mine look funny because I scuff myself. But his look like funny in general. Like you could laugh at his lips. No offense. Looks like he's always blowing you a kiss.
the bop. 99% of the time, these girls came from a super protective, conservative family, and they didn't have any crazy experiences in high school. And now that she finally has some freedom, she's about to go crazy and let loose. You're talking about tag-teamed double stuff. I was shocked my freshman year of college because it was always the most basic, like, innocent-looking girls in my classes that would be going completely wild at parties. And, like, I don't really judge, but that's a little crazy.
Did he say? What did he say? He said
Tag-teamed double stuff. I was shocked my freshman year of college because it was always the most basic, like, innocent-looking girls in my
basic, innocent looking. That doesn't mean you're not. Like, that's what they like. Gen Z guy. They like girls that are basic because they don't think much, and innocent looking because that's what a guy likes. They like a girl that's young and not knowing what she's doing, except that they can take advantage of her. Are you joshing me right now? You know what you're talking about, bro. Literally. How can you not know that a girl that's youthful is more of an asset to a man than a girl that's ratchet, old looking, and has decrepit?
classes that would be going completely wild at parties. And, like, I don't really
Completely wild. And the other ones, there's no problem with that. Why are you the judge, man?
judge, but that's a little crazy to me. Like,
See, I even said it. I called it.
sometimes I'll be looking at these girls like, that's someone's future wife, bro. The thing is, I would never date a
That's true. That's really weird, huh? That's one kind of really not cool. But, I mean, they don't have a boyfriend. I mean, I don't know why you're judging them. Let's see what you say, though.
up, obviously, but part of me still like respects the hustle. I met a girl once who
Yeah, of course you do. Oh my gosh, I can't listen to this guy much. He kind of makes me like want to gag a little bit.
had a roster of like 7 dudes who she'd use for free food and Netflix passwords and stuff.
That's so weird. Like, why?
And she had this system where she'd stay with each dude like every night of the week, and none of them knew about each other. And I'm gonna be honest, I just have to respect the hustle, bro. The second
The hustle, that's more like ratchetism. Like, bro, girl going to a different house every night to get free food. I mean, I get it. Desperate times call for desperate measures, but doing it intentionally? Like, going out of your way to just, like, Netflix, bro? Like, really? That is so awkward. Like, can't you just watch movies? Like, Netflix and chill every night? That's so whack to live your life that way, you know? Not expanding. Because you're stuck to a system. I mean, you're doing, like, basic bullshit. And you call the other girls basic and innocent? No. Those are basic and dim-witted. Not the sharpest bulbs. And not the brightest bulbs.
type of girl
You know
you'll
what I
meet
meant to say. I don't know what I was trying to say, but it was something along those lines.
is the psycho. For whatever reason, in every single group of college girls, each dude like every night of the week, and none of them knew about each other. And I'm gonna be honest, I just have to respect the hustle, bro. The second type of girl you'll meet is the psycho. For whatever reason, in every single group of college girls, there's one of them who's completely insane. Like, I was recently hanging out with this girl, and she was telling me how she had a stalker, and this person was following her and her friends everywhere, and they were like commenting her Chick-fil-A order under her TikTok posts, and she also slashed one of her friends' tires. And then she found out that it was a girl who was texting her ex back when they were together. And as I'm listening to this, part of me is laughing, and part of me is completely mortified that there's someone out there like this. Like, bro, slashing the tires of a friend of the ex of the guy you were DMing while they were together, you are actually insane. Please stay far, far away from me. These girls tend to have some unresolved childhood issues, and they like party way too hard, but they're still pretty terrifying to me, and I'm low-key scared to even put this as a category in the video because I don't want one of these girls to come after me. But you know, we ball. Actually, if you're like this, hit me up on Instagram. I need me some crazy in my life. The third type of girl you'll meet in college is your ex. My very first week of my freshman year of college, I met a guy playing pickup basketball at our campus rec. We grabbed food after, and we generally got to talking, and he was telling me how he was in this amazing relationship. Like, he and his girl were high school sweethearts. They dated for like 3 years. She supported him. He played soccer. They were prom king and queen. She was valedictorian of their grade level. I mean, it was literally like the perfect high school relationship. And then I find out like 5 days later that the first weekend of the semester, one of his friends caught her making out with some dude at a party. After that, I saw bro go down a deep
As usual. Yeah.
spiral for like 2 months. Stay safe out there, kings. But to be real, like, if you see your ex on campus, just keep it cordial, say hi and move on. Don't make a scene, don't get too emotional. Like, it's college, she's gonna be doing her thing. Just move on, bro. The fourth type of girl
Just
you'll meet
move on,
in
bro. I
college
mean,
are
yeah, I get it, but moving on's not that easy sometimes. I went down a spiral because he didn't know what to do. He was depressed, basically. So, he didn't know how to resolve that yet. So, moving on's not as easy if you don't know what to do beforehand. Or afterward. No, not me in general, actually.
these sorority chicks. Sorority girls
What does sorority even mean? I never found out because I don't really care.
weird me out because they're
I never went to college, okay?
always like so professional in public. They always like dress very proper. The fourth type of girl
I
you'll
think
meet
I heard
in
about
college
them
are
like that.
these sorority chicks. Sorority girls weird me out because they're always like so professional in public. They always like dress very proper and are always like hanging out with their sisters. And their social media profiles are always like so innocent and wholesome. Like it's them volunteering, hanging out at events. But it's like a dual.
They're cheerleaders, dude. That's what they are. They're for college or whatever. Because they can't do the athletic part anymore. They're doing the college version of it, which is volunteering at Thanksgiving bullshit and the old fucking mad guys. It is what it is. Huh?
life, because at nighttime they literally turn into some demons, bro. Like, sorority chicks are low-key some of the biggest degenerates on campus. They love pharmaceuticals, and they're definitely not all pre-med, if you know what I'm saying. Also, I find it funny that there's like low-key beef between sororities, and they're always like fighting to be the top spot on campus. High-key, I was always a
Never knew that weird fact, but I don't really care about that.
little weirded out by Greek life and all like the weird customs they have to
No wonder
follow.
they're like social activate like for themselves or whatever.
Also, I find it funny
They're social butterflies. They want to be the best butterfly, or whatever.
that there's like low-key beef between sororities, and they're always like fighting to be the top spot on campus. High-key, I was always a little weirded out by Greek life and all like the weird customs they have to follow. Why is it even called Greek life? Like, no one's Greek. The fifth type of girl you'll meet in college, I don't really have a good name for her, so I'll just call her the wifey. In my opinion, this is going to be the most important girl you'll meet in college. The thing is, you're only going to catch her in one of three places: the library, the gym, and her dorm room. I call this girl the wifey type chick because she kind of encapsulates everything you'd want in a partner. Like, she doesn't go out, she doesn't do anything crazy. They're always going to be like really good students, really pretty, in really great shape. And she's going to be like super nice for no reason. And for some reason, they always have an impeccable chain arrangement. I don't know what that's about. She also is...
What? Nice, and then a chain? Yeah, you gotta be kidding. The chain is... You're being nice for the chain to get bigger. Dumbass.
Like a weird history you have to worry about, like every other girl I've talked about so far. But
oh yeah, I get what you mean there.
when you do meet a girl like this, you have to shoot your shot, because even though you'll probably get rejected because she's gonna be very picky, if you
say so. But yeah, I mean, you gotta shoot your shot because you want to find someone who's good for you.
don't talk to her,
if you're looking for that,
you're gonna regret not doing it when you're up at 2 a.m. Trust me. Basically, bro.
No, I mean, there's time in college, but there's not enough time. Sometimes, yeah, you're right.
If you cuff this type of chick, don't let her go. The next type of girl you'll meet is the academic weapon. It stresses me out just to be in proximity of this girl because she's always running on like a lethal dose of caffeine. She's stressed all the time, looking for internship opportunities, always going to office hours. She's always like a really dope person, but just ridiculously busy. You also definitely always want her working with you on a project, because she will lead things from beginning till end, and she will make sure you guys get an A no matter what. Her Google Calendar is going to be running at like 2 frames per second because there's going to be so much stuff in there. And even though she's super miserable because she's always working super hard, she's going to be making like minimum 120K after she graduates. The next type of girl you'll meet in college is the chill girl. And I included this girl in the list mainly because it seems like this is the type of girl that I attract the most. I guess because I give off stoner energy even though I'm not one. These girls always love a specific plant, if you know what I'm saying, and they're really dope to hang out with. Actually, the same girl from the Psycho story I'd probably describe as a chill girl. And actually, the funniest thing happened when I went to hang out with her. Basically, we were just watching something on Netflix, and it was like 2, 3 a.m. And she was like, yo, some dudes are coming over, and they might ask you a bunch of questions and be weird, so like you should probably head out. And I was like, all right, cool. I was getting tired, so I booked it and I went home. And like 2 days later, one of our mutual friends told me that the guy who was coming over was like...
No, what? His friend was coming and he was gonna start some what? Got you. She told me some guys are pulling up and they started asking me questions a little, yeah, basically. And tell me, this is really annoying. What am I gonna be your eyes? I'm gonna go ahead and what? Who cares?
Best friends with her ex, and he would have tried to fight me apparently, and I was like super faded. I mean,
it is what it is. I mean, faded? Okay, yeah, you gotta get out of there then.
That would have been a hilarious story to tell. But I mean, chill girls, you know, they're just like fun to hang out with on
they're
like...
not chill, they're insecure about a guy beating you up, you know. They're chill, they don't care. You know, they're like, whatever, man. You can chill, and maybe he gets mad, maybe he doesn't. That's chill.
Night in, if you're like a chill guy like me.
Now, you're actually a chill guy. I can admit that.
Transfer policy allowed you to earn a degree in less time for less money. Pay about half the cost of the national average for a bachelor's degree.
Maybe a little too chill for my liking, but hey, I mean, he's alright. Can't skip this ad, so I have to watch it.
The next type of girl you'll meet is the athlete. And I don't have much to tell, but I mean, chill girls, you know, they're just like fun to hang out with on like a night in if you're like a chill guy like me. The next type type of girl you'll meet is the athlete. And I don't have much to say about the athlete, mainly because I go to a
He categorizes himself, but whatever.
nerd D2 school. But I mean, you can always tell these girls play for one of the sports teams just by how they're
I think the same thing too, but I'm not like as weird about it. Like he called himself a chill guy. Like he was like, I'm a chill guy.
dressed. You see them walking around in shorts no matter how cold it is with a massive to say about the athlete, mainly because I go to a nerd D2 school. But I mean, you can always
Doesn't seem
tell
like you're a
these
nerd,
girls
though.
play for one of the sports teams just
Well,
by
I'm
how they're
intelligent,
dressed.
but
You see them walking
not
around in
as
shorts no
intelligent
matter
as
how cold
should
it
be.
is with a massive water bottle. They're always wearing school merch with like a shirt that
Yeah.
says like they're a part of the volleyball or basketball or tennis team or whatever. And they always have like
Yeah.
their ponytail tied up and their hair
Yeah.
is always wet because they
Yeah.
take like 4 showers a day. Usually
Yep.
these girls
Mhm.
are pretty chill, but in
Yeah,
my
there's one out
experience,
to
they
get
kind of like
obnoxious.
only hang out with
But
the
sports
other
people.
athletes, so
Yeah.
I don't really interact with them much. But in my
Mhm.
few interactions in class or whatever, I always have good experiences with these athlete girls.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
they're
I
not bad
can't say
people,
the
but
same
they're
for
kind
the
of annoying.
daddy's money girl. Oh my god,
Oh,
bro, these
no.
girls make me so mad. It all started at
That actually exists. Oh shit! Here we go again.
orientation, right? The guide at orientation was talking about the best places to park on campus. And then this girl in the back, I swear to God, she raises her hand and she says, "Is there a place I can land my plane on campus?" Yeah, let's take a look at our campus runway. If you have the
What the
misfortune of having one of these girls in your classes,
Is that even
you're gonna have to
a thing?
endure her constantly talking about all of the places her family travels. Her Insta
Oh yeah,
highlights
of course
are
they're
gonna be
like that. You know, they're adults now, so they have to act like they're well renowned in the world.
10 hours long, but don't you dare call her rich, okay? The daddy's money, one of these girls in
babe,
your
keep you
classes,
rich,
you're gonna have to
but you are
endure
the
her
rich.
constantly talking about all of the places her family travels. Her Insta highlights are gonna be like 10 hours long, but don't you dare call her rich, okay? The daddy's money girl is literally the only person in college
But
having
she-
the prototypical Hollywood college experience. She doesn't care
I
about
mean, Pokemon made her own money, but I mean, it's kind of cringe. And of course, she got help from the industry plans. It was in this being an industry plant, but that's life.
her classes. She's studying marketing or some fake
Yeah.
degree, and she won't have a care in the world
True.
because she knows that as soon as she graduates, she's gonna have a
Graduate,
freshly minted Goldman Sachs investment banker
Yeah.
waiting to marry her. So yeah,
Yeah.
if you're like a daddy's money rich girl, like try to be more modest, like struggle a little bit. The next girl you're gonna meet in college
But
is
they
just
won't be because they were born like that. And they don't know what that is like. They don't care. They don't want to know. I mean, they don't have to try to struggle. They don't have to worry about that. Why would they want to? I mean, but they shouldn't be so snobbish. That's what I was trying to be say. And like not as stuck up. Yeah.
that one random girl that's just in all of your classes for some reason.
Yeah. Like the rich girl, daddy's girl, rich girl is obnoxious. Yeah.
You want to hear the
Go in your
craziest
classes. Yeah, that's super weird.
thing? I moved across town when I was in 5th grade.
It's happened to me before, but it's not like really a thing. But it's like really strange. But like just girls being in the same class, yeah. Like, or like following you around a little bit. Not really following you around, but it's like talking to you too much. Like, what do you want?
And went to a new school. And since 5th grade,
Like, we can be friends, but don't be so clingy about it. Friends is good. Next to being more than friends is also good, but you gotta not be like that, or else that won't happen. You know, just be friends in general, but you can't be friends with someone like that, clingy like that.
every single year, I've had this one girl in every single one of my classes. We've spoken probably like 5 sentences to each other over that time span. And then I swear to God, she went to my
Does
college.
she stare at you though? No, she went to your college. That's really weird.
My freshman year of college, I had a class with her, and then sophomore year, again, I have a class with her. I don't know what's going on. Like, I've known this girl, I guess at this point, for over a decade, and we've hardly ever spoken to each other. There's always just that one random girl that's in all of your
That you're not attracted to, right? Most likely. That's the thing.
classes, and I have no clue why. But I mean, usually they're pretty chill, so there's nothing really to worry about.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you don't want to be like, oh yeah, this girl's been stalking me, when it's just not true. Either, you know, you gotta respect her as well. And you know, she just goes to class just like you do. Maybe you got paired up a lot coincidentally, right? She probably doesn't care about you either. She doesn't talk to you. You know, but it is what it is.
So please check me out on IG at Rowdy. There's always just that one
Also, his name is
random girl
Rowdy.
that's in all of your
Spelled it
classes, and I have no
with the A
clue
first,
why.
instead
But
of
I
the
mean,
O.
usually they're pretty chill, so there's nothing really to worry about. Also, please check me out on IG at RowdyFR. I'm posting there once we hit 30,000 subscribers, so please subscribe
It's
and
pretty
check
funny,
out my
though.
IG. I'll see you in the next one.
But I don't get its humor that much. But I understand he went to college, so that's why he had that kind of humor. Most people go to college have that agenda.
Screen to steal our time.
Whatever though. Pretty.
Less
He's a chill
feel
guy, like
free.
he says. Fun video to react to, actually. Bye.